Hello everybody and welcome to another knockoff review. Today I'm taking a look at the massive, oversized Age of Extinction 1st edition Optimus Prime. Could I throw in Year of the Horse variation in there as well? As you can see, this is a big, huge, gold looking version of Prime. Pretty much going along the lines of the Year of the Horse colour scheme. If we just take a look at the front of Prime's cab, you can see he has got some nice chromy bling there. He's got the chrome painted, kind of gold chromy paint along the windshield there, and you've got the chromed stacks there. The gold paint itself is actually pretty nice, but the gold chrome is slightly scratched, but it does look nice. He looks really, really nice with this kind of gold effect going on. First impressions, this is actually probably one of the better built Optimus Primes that I've had. I've got pretty much the entire set now, I think. I'll show you all those later on. But it's pretty thick plastic. It's still a cheapish knockoff plastic. It's still quite thin and hollow. But this one does hold together slightly better. I'm going to have to tidy it up because it's got some slight overspills on the plastic there, stopping the roof plugging in completely. I'm going to have it displayed in bot mode anyway, but I want to show you all the imperfections as well. It doesn't quite roll, but he does actually come with rubber tyres, which I think is actually a really nice touch. Just to give you guys an idea of scale, I'm going to bring in my completely radical coloured G.I. Joe as well. This is Ozone. I think it's Ozone. Yes, it is Ozone, isn't it? Who actually looks remarkably like me. Look, woo! Yep, there's Ozone. Just to give you guys an idea of how big this actually is. I mean, I can actually fit him in there, and there's enough space in the cab there. You can slide him in. You can have him driving. So, if there's any Joe collectors out there and you want to do some crossovers, this piece is fantastically well scaled. Let's just bring in some more Autobots and actual Transformers to give you guys an idea of how it scales with your current collection. Here we have them with Masterpiece Wheeljack and Age of Extinction Leader Grimlock. He's absolutely massive, isn't he? Absolutely massive. Sculpt is pretty much down to a T. The transformation is going to be pretty much identical to that of the Hasbro and Takara release. And overall, I'm just really, really impressed with how good the vehicle mode does actually look. Let's see if we can give you a nice 360. And here we have it. You've got to love having a huge turntable and a huge background. It's the only way I'm going to get this thing in. See, I really love the gold plating. I don't know if this is a kind of vacuum chrome on there. I'm not really sure how they do it, but it looks really, really good. And you know me, I'm not overly cautious, but the scraping and flaking is really, really minimal. The paint applications themselves could do with being tidied up. But all in all, it's a very, very impressive alt mode. It looks good. I would like clear windows on the side here as well, because they've managed to do it for the front. But I mean, that's just me nitpicking. I think you're getting a lot of plastic for your money with this toy. Now, of course, Optimus Prime is a transformer, so he transforms. So let's get this guy changed up. The shield on the back here unplugs. There's just a peg here which pegs into the fifth wheel. If you turn Prime on his undercab, you notice his sword is warped. Now, this is how it is. It's not going to be hard for me to change that. I'm just going to heat it up with a hairdryer and put a couple of books on top of it, and it will harden and it will form the straightened shape. But unfortunately, that's how it's arrived, so I want to show you that it does warp. All in all, it's a really nice sword. It's exactly the same mould as the normal Hasbro release, just really, 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 really big. Right, so that's steps 1 and step 2. Step 3, you want to unpeg this back section, which pushes down from this peg here and this peg here. Just push down and rotate this back section up like so. Next, what you want to do, you want to pop up the top section. That is on a double hinge, you can see there. That folds back on itself. That's then freed up these sections. You want to pop those out of the steps. There's a peg which is just holding them into the steps. Lift it up and just pop that out. Fold that out of the way. For now, let's do the same with this side. Just pop it out of those steps and fold that section back. whilst you've got the wings out like so, you want to fold those in half, and this peg here slots onto here, and there's a tab here which tabs into there. So just fold those in on themselves and just apply moderate pressure, and that's those folded and clipped together. I then like to place that back so it's resting on the wheels. Do the same with this side. Peg, peg, push, and then fold that back like so. Right, applying some moderate force, you want to grab the grill and this entire section with a little bit of manoeuvring because it's plugged in several places. There you go. Unplug at the bottom there, and then work your way up to the top and unplug at the top. There we go. That's the front section untabbed. Then come round to these arms, rotate them round, and there's this tab here, and that's going to tab in to the side of Prime's chest, like so. Now looking at the side of Prime, he's on this rocking hinge. So what you want to do, you want to pull this grey section down. This then rocks back. It's going to insert through there, and that goes into the base, and then there's a peg on the back here and the back here which pegs into the back of Prime. So we're going to push that down, and then we're going to push Prime onto his backpack, just lining that up. There we go. These next few steps I'm going to do all together. So you want to unplug the door section there, which is still plugged into his leg. See, they're quite stiff. Bend his legs all the way down. Look at them ratchet joints. This section here, which is now floppy, 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 that folds in on itself. So you've got this section here, that's on a hinge. Let's just bend that, just there. Bend that over, like so. And then as this leg rotates at the back here, that's then going to slide just behind this tab on the leg. So that folds into that section. You then place the back leg plate down like so. Then push his kind of groin flap thing down, and we can just bend his double jointed elbows down into the desired pose, like so. Let's bring that one down, and bring that one down like so, and just have that up slightly. And there we go. There we have one truly massive Age of Extinction first edition knockoff Optimus Prime, who of course holds his sword, just slots in through the gaping holes in his fists, and of course holds his shield, which will plug in nicely onto that arm joint, like so. There we have him. Now, this guy's big. Now, I definitely think he's kind of a Marmite transformer. You're either going to really like this one or you're going to absolutely hate it. And he's definitely in my like camp. The colours on this guy are absolutely stunning. He is reflecting light off him left, right and centre. And to be honest with you, if you put this guy on your shelf and somebody walked in, they'd say, oh, Hasbro or Takara have done a oversized Year of the Snake version, had they? Or Year of the Horse version. And yeah, to look at, he really is that good. Okay, once you start playing with him, you think, oh, the plastic's a bit thin here, the plastic's a bit thin there, oh, this paint apps isn't as good as it should be. And then you think, yes, this is obviously a knockoff. But to look at, he is absolutely outstanding. I need to fix that sword, but other than that, wow, it's a really good Prime. Taking a closer look at the detail, they've got the face sculpt really done nicely. It's a really good rendition of the original mould. Again, the chest sculpt itself is really good with all this indentations here, and of course we do actually have a button. Yeah, I think that might be a sound clip of a Power Ranger toy. I'm sure Optimus Prime makes those noises in the movies. The groin flap itself, I think the plastic actually looks a little bit lighter than what it should. But it's probably because it's just surrounded by so much chrome. And then obviously we go down to the feet. And yeah, it's just really nicely sculpted. The matte greyish colour for the arms are maybe it's a little bit dull. Maybe it's the grey that I don't like, because the grey is behind the groin flap as well, isn't it? Maybe that could have done with being a little bit darker, but all in all, really like it. Just quickly cover the articulation on Prime. Left and right movement, the head doesn't go all the way around, and there is no ball joint. I'd like to, judging by the size of this guy, I may even be able to put my own ball. Mind you, then the head would probably hit the roof of the vehicle, wouldn't it? That's probably why it's limited. Nice range of movement on the shoulders. It does go all the way up, which it gets very stiff when you get to that point. You have a nice ratchety joints on the shoulder there. You have an upper bicep swivel. You have a double jointed bend at the elbow, which is fantastic, because that means you can do some dual sword wielding poses. There is no rotation at the waist because we've clipped it into the back there. The ratchets on the legs are awesome. Really stiff, and I'm worried I'm going to break that joint because it's vibrating a lot whilst you do that. But they go out, and you've got a really nice joint at the knee, and you actually have a knee swivel. I'm going to take the batteries out. And you've got a fully ball jointed foot as well, although it is somewhat hindered by the back kibble panels. But all in all, he is a large, posable monkey. And here we have a covenant of primes. Obviously we've got all the knockoffs here, and then we've got the Takara Prime. I'll be honest with you, the guy knocks the socks off any of the other knockoffs with quality wise, including this guy here. And I absolutely loved him with his die cast parts as well, but apparently there is now, since ordering, there's now this guy with die cast parts. But I always worry about the whole lead paint thing, you know. Are they lead painted? I'm not entirely sure. But these guys, they're all fun, and I think I may have some sort of Age of Extinction addiction thing going on here with all the primes, don't I? But he is absolutely fantastic. Let's just bring in some other bots to give you guys a better idea of scale. There we go, here we have him with Springer, good old reliable Springer, it's like every video now. MP10, who himself is a really large figure. We then got the oversized Beast Hunters Optimus Prime, and then we got this big guy. To be honest with you, this guy knocks the socks off plastic quality with Beast Hunters Prime. I love the Beast Hunters Prime there, and he is a really fun toy, but he tops it. He is my new favourite oversized figure. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you like any of the toys I've featured in this video, then click through the description link which takes you over to Sirtoys, and happy spending, people, from myself and the Age of Extinction Oversized Optimus Prime First Edition Platinum Coloured Goldie person. Thanks for watching, goodbye.